Respected sadhakas, welcome. Let us salute the Lord together. Our Rishi Parampara, Shruti Parampara, all the gurus. If spirituality were to be so easy, then everybody would have achieved it, even we by now. It means, like any scientific progress is, generation after generation, the long, long time of practice and experimentation, which leads to the discovery of some unique scientific principle. Spirituality also is a many lives efforts to discover it. The difference between the scientific and spiritual discoveries is in science where one stops, the other one can take over from there and move ahead. In spirituality, it is one sadhaka only. Wherever he stops in his earlier life, from there he himself has to move ahead. That also, if he is interested in that progress and that movement, he will have to take initiative and himself has to know and put the next step. And within that also, like in science, various factors that depend on the discovery of science, various intricacies, various complications that are there to be answered or managed. Same way in spirituality also, continuously, constantly, so many of the inner other complexities, problems have to be managed, and then clearly we have to know the whole path. Step by step we have to put it without any mistake. It is like a kshurasya dhara, like the path on the razor's edge. So that is why it takes time for us. In this there is no comparison from with others, but there is an inspiration gained continuously from others who are little higher than us in the sadhana. So we are at one particular level now, get that inspiration, then get the entire information guidance from the Shastra. Shastra gives complete guidance, inspiration, information. But how much we are able to grasp from that Shastra, understand it, get convinced, and then put into practice, all these are the things which we have to slowly learn, manage. So it is same in the Bhakti Shastra, in Yoga Shastra, in Vedanta Shastra. That is why it calls for exclusive application at the cost of everything. Only this one, when we involve in that some sadhana which we can claim substantially I have done karke, we will be able to do. Therefore, let there be excitement to do sadhana and reach the goal. Let there be sense of urgency. Let there be inspiration. At the same time, knowing our capacities, using them for maximum optimum limit, then whatever little progress comes, enjoy it and go little further from that. In that way, bit by bit, inspiring ourselves, preparing ourselves, empowering ourselves, we have to put our sadhana steps. Another example given other than the razor's edge is the mountain climbing. You know, when a slope is there, horizontal, anybody can walk. But if you have seen the mountain climbers, as the steep the mountain is, so next to impossible it is to climb. But it is taught to the youngsters in various training sessions in army and so many places. So the mountain straight it is. You have to very less the holds also they are kept. Not that easily you can hold and climb like a ladder. No. उसी पत्थर के टुकड़े को या होल पकड़कर you have to put one leg, balance it, then lift the other one, balance it slowly. Anywhere little slipped, misses gone. Like you can see an ant or such small thing climbing the wall. Same is our spirituality. So many complications, distractions, obstacles from the three gunas, from our own vasanas, from the world around, continuously persecute us and doesn't allow us to go deeper even in listening, deeper even in studying, deeper therefore even in understanding. When the listening, studying, understanding is not deep, how can our sadhana be deep? It all will be just superficial, mechanical. But even that we should not leave, because this only after some years of experimentation tell us ki this is not the way to be done. This is what these are the adjustments to be made that will come to us. If the Chandrayaan 2 fail हो गया करके छोड़ देते, then we would have never come to this third one landing. So from that they learnt all mistakes. They made their own moon-like laboratory, you know, and then there they made this lander land 10, 10, 20 dozens of times. Only after that thorough experimentation and all, they got confidence so much. Unhesitatingly, they have sent it, succeeded. In the same way, we will never give up, that's it. And in that non giving up only, we ourselves one day come to get frustrated कि इतना किया कुछ नहीं हो रहा, then we will know इतना किया question नहीं, correct किया कि नहीं question. And to do thing correctly, we have to first of all have the clear knowledge and understanding. And understanding knowledge comes after listening, when every one of us deeply contemplate for themselves. This is what in yoga also we are seeing, how that Viveki finds dukkham only in the samsara of every sukha. That is why he goes only for samyak darshanam in our life also. So maybe that way, without giving up, without getting distracted, without feeling the boredom, from the mechanical way of study, may we become deep and sincere in listening, in understanding, in practicing, and thus slowly and steadily we evolve in our spirituality of our identity from being Upadhi Yukta Jiva to the Nirupadhika Brahma Tattva. Let us all be that way inspired and try our best. Compare with oneself and improve. No need to compare with others and feel arrogant or even guilty. Let us today also have our all classes, Taittiriya with Bhashyam, Yoga Darshanam with Bhashyam, Undaka with Bhashyam, Gita. In our evening, beautiful Bhagavatam, the discussion between the Krishna Patnis and Draupadi. Then we have in Adhyatma Ramayanam, 4, 5 we have seen, some 4 more are there. Our Brahma Kruta Sri Rama Stuti. Then we have Sita ji given back by this Agni Deva original, followed by Indra Kruta Stuti. These are the topics in 13th Sarga in our Adhyatma Ramayanam. That is how we are slowly putting ourselves busy in these classes. Depending on each one's capacity, the amount of the study or understanding is there. So it will happen. The great Mahatmas with so much of knowledge and experience, from how many hundreds of lives they must be doing this, that in this life we are seeing them at that highest level. For us also to reach that peak level, imagine after 20, 30, 50 lives, to reach to that level in that life, from this day onwards, you have to be on the path. Again, if you can stop the undoing of the sadhanas done, and if we can stop not adding the new nonsense, we'll be immensely helping ourselves in sadhana. Om, Om, Om. ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्मविद्यासम्प्रदायकर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां व्यासशङ्करमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् ॐ शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ॐ श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम् ॐ करुणावरुणालय पालय मां भवसागरदुःखविदूनहृदं रचयाखिलदर्शन तत्त्वविदं भवशङ्करदेशिकमे शरणम्। ॐ ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं दत्तमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधि साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तन्नमामि। परं ब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्तब्रह्मविद्याचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। वेदव्यासवैशम्पायन याज्ञवल्क्याद् शङ्कराद् गुरुभ्यो नमः। तेषां सर्वेषां कृपानुग्रहेण उपनिषदुक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधसिद्ध्यर्थं सनातनधर्मस्य विश्वव्याप्त्यर्थं तत्कृत निष्ठित कङ्कणबद्ध साधकानां दिग्विजयार्थं श्रीकृष्णयजुर्वेदान्तर्गत तैत्तिरीयोपनिषदः पारायणमध्ययनं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। ॐ यस्माज्जातं जगत्सर्वं यस्मिन्नेव प्रणीयते येनेदन्धार्यते चैव तस्मै ज्ञानात्मने नमः। येरिमे गुरुभिः पूर्वं पदवाक्यप्रमाणतः व्याख्याताः सर्ववेदान्ताः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहं। तैत्तिरीयकसारस्य मयाचार्यप्रसादतः विस्पष्टार्थरुचीनां हि व्याख्येयं सम्प्रणीयते। ॐ शन्नो मित्रः शं वरुणः शन्नो भवत्वर्यमा शन्न इन्द्रो बृहस्पतिः शन्नो विष्णुरुक्रमः। नमो ब्रह्मणे नमस्ते वायो त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वामेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मावादिशं ऋतमवादिशं सत्यमवादिशं तन्मामावेद तद्वक्तारमावेद आवेन्माम् आवेद्वक्तारम्। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। Let us do the fourth, fifth, sixth anuvakas for first chanting in the Bhrugu Valli. Mano brahmeti vyajanat manaso hi vakhalvimani bhutani jayante manasa jatani jivanti manah prayante visamvishanti tadvijnaya पुनरेव वरुणं पितरमुपससार अधीः भगवो ब्रह्मेति तगं होवाच तपसा ब्रह्म विजिज्ञासस्व तपो ब्रह्मेति सतपोतप्यत सतपस्तप्त्वा विज्ञानं ब्रह्मेति व्यजानात् विज्ञानाध्येव खल्विमानि भूतानि जायन्ते विज्ञानेन जातानि जीवन्ति विज्ञानं प्रयन्त विसंविशन्तीति तद्विज्ञाय पुनरेव वरुणं पितरमुपससार अधीः भगवो ब्रह्मेति तगं होवाच तपसा ब्रह्म विजिज्ञासस्व तपो ब्रह्मेति सतपोतप्यत सतपस्तप्त्वा आनन्दो ब्रह्मेति व्यजानात् आनन्दाध्येव खल्विमानि भूतानि जायन्ते आनन्देन जातानि जीवन्ति आनन्दं प्रयन्त्य विसंविशन्तीति सैषा भार्गवी वारुणी विद्या परमे व्योमन् प्रतिष्ठिता य एवं वेद प्रतितिष्ठति अन्नवानन्नादो भवति महान् भवति प्रजया पशुभिर्ब्रह्मवर्चसेन महान् कीर्त्या. These are part of everyday chanting. Now what we were studying 10th Anuvaka, let us do the chanting of that from after idimanushi samagnyah ath daivihi truptiriti vrushtau balamiti vidyuti yashaiti pashushu ज्योतिरिति नक्षत्रेषु प्रजातिरमृतमानन्द इत्युपस्थे सर्वमित्याकाशे तत्प्रतिष्ठेत्युपासीत प्रतिष्ठावान् भवति तन्मह इत्युपासीत महान् भवति तन्मन इत्युपासीत मानवान् भवति तन्नम इत्युपासीत नम्यन्ते स्मै कामाः तद्ब्रह्मेत्युपासीत ब्रह्मवान् भवति तद्ब्रह्मणः परिमर इत्युपासीत पर्येण म्रियन्ते द्विषन्तः सपत्नाः पर्ये प्रिया भ्रातृव्याः स यश्चायं पुरुषे यश्चासावादित्ये स एकः स य एवंवित् अस्माल्लोकात् प्रेत्य ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. Friends, we are just theoretically studying what is in Upanishad and what is given to us as the meaning of the Upanishad by Bhashyakara Bhagavan Sri Adi Shankara. Then it takes time for us, first of all, to go through all these studies for the crystal clear, without mistake understanding. Then the inspiration actually to do the sadhana. Then only the step by step actual involvement in every step of sadhana we have to do it. Then only there will be substantial pragati. Our life of this may be more and more in theory, some very little practice. Maybe in next life, most practice only because theory is already understood. Or in this very life, from this very moment, if we can with confidence, with faith, enhance our hours of practice, our moments of practice, our intensity in the practice, intensity. If we can bring out, maybe we may go deeper in our experience. So here we are given the entire Brahma Vidya in the Brahmananda Valli. Then through the Bhrugu Valli, the sadhana to experience the Brahma Vidya, the tapasya is told. In that tapasya, the two parts are, first one is the manasasya indriyana maikagram paramam tapaha. Then with that concentrated, controlled mind, we are doing the Panchakosha Viveka Tapasya. And in this, as the Bhrugu has done, one kosha he has come to discover as Brahman. Then going to the next. In this way, he reached up to Anando Brahmeti Vyajanatu. Then, as an experiment, if we have reached the self, or as an additional sadhanas, we were told in the 7th, 8th, 9th Anuvakas about how to deal with the what do you say, the Annadi Padartha, as well as how to do the Upasana of the oneness between Drashta Drishyam, Bhokta Bhojyam, Jnata Gneyam, subject and object, we were told there. प्राणवान्नम शरीरमन्नादम शरीरे प्राण प्रतिष्ठितम प्राणे शरीरम प्रतिष्ठितम etc etc. Then to add to that, some more sadhanas are added from this last 10th anuvaka of this Upanishad. In that we were told in the first beginning, the Kanchana Vasatau, all our way of living with regard to the possessions which we have, with regard to the people who come to us. So there is no ahamta, there is no mamata. All our things we are ready to share with others. In that sharing, the ego is reduced, the properties ownership is reduced, the people are other than me, that also is reduced. That is the main purpose of asking us to do this. Na kanchana vasato pratyachakshita ya kaya cha vidya bhavannamas prapnyad aradhyasma anna vidyachakshate. The purpose of consciously, deliberately doing is aham mama idam. This bheda, its influence on our mind should go on reducing. Because the goal of ours is to discover that Brahman who is all pervading and all common. If we want to reach to that all pervading common substratum, how can we maintain the uncommon specialities as if I am this belongs to mine, that person is different, so I should not respect him and this should not be given to him. So these are all allowed vyavahar mein when we are in samsara. But when you come to sadhana, we have to have all these practices to be done to get rid of all these things from our mind. All are concepts of mind only. I am this jiva is also concept. These things belong to me. The griha and the vasati and all the annadi is also concept. They are other people other than me. They should not be given. Also is a concept. They are removed by the positive concepts and practices. That whatever I possess have equal right, others also have on that. Therefore, when they come, The vasati is given to them, the bhojana is given to them. And we observe our mind. In spirituality, the doings are done outside, observing is done inside. What are its repercussions on my mind? Is my mind getting rid free from all the obstructions for the smooth sailing on the seat of meditation? That means, is it getting freed from the raga, dvesha adi, ahankara, mamakara adi, rajo, tamaguna adi? That observation we have to do. That is why theoretically, unless we become master, practical sadhana ke time, exactly focusing only on sadhana, we can't. What will happen? Even while doing sadhana, thinking that we are doing sadhana, during sadhana also we are involved in samsara. Because theory is not thoroughly understood. Is it not? The one who clearly understands ki Parabrahman alone is reality, identifying that alone is moksha, for that getting rid of identity with the upadhis and the world is necessary, for that the sadhana I am doing. In this clarity, the emotional bondages, then the quarrels with the people, these all, even people when they are in ashramas, why do they fight? Well, theory is not pakka that we have to realize Brahman, for that we have to get rid of everything. Therefore, they are in the ashram, they are doing other upasanas, they are coming to classes like you do. But still, even on the sadhana also there is. So such person while doing japa, you look at the other fellow, how much japa he is doing 10 minutes more, I'll also do. अरे दृष्टि उधर कैसे हो सकता है? थियरी ठीक नहीं है तो ये सब प्रॉब्लम होता है. Theory means I am here only for knowing the truth. And whole inner and outer samsara have to just get out. That's the meaning of vivekinaha dukkhameva sarvam. As we saw in Yoga Darshanam, we are seeing. So this is how the tests are done by us on ourselves, by sharing what we have with others, and then slowly even doing it what mukhata unnagam radham was important. Do it very respectfully, reverentially. Then slowly, Brahman one side, by rejecting everything, we are trying to recognize it on the seat of meditation. Same Brahma Tattva alone is in the form of whole universe. Therefore, doing the sadhana of a presence of Brahman only everywhere, called as the Upasana. That also is taught to us as the final touches. In that also, the three sets were given. One is Manushi Samagnaha, second is Daivi Samagnaha, third, in continuation of that, six more very, very important, crucial Brahma Upasanas, we are told, along with the most important, the Falashruti to encourage and inspire us. So the Manushi Samyak Agnya are Kshema iti vachi, Yoga Kshema iti Pranapanayoho, Karma iti Astayo, Gatriti Padayoho, Vimuktiriti Payo iti Manushi Samagnya. See, every day when we are deliberately repeating, some clarity coming to our understanding. Otherwise, understanding itself is vague. After the clear understanding, then the remembrance of it. After that, giving it most priority or importance. Then doing that sadhana knowingly. Like any work in our house. As long as the work is to be done as duty, yet we don't recognize it as duty, we don't even think about it. Slowly, when we start understanding the need of that work to be done, then we impose the dutiness on it, then we take it up and do. कोई घर का रिपेयर है, हाँ चलने दो, आई मीन रेंटेड हाउस. In that way, people stay for many years, not even telling the owners. But suddenly the problem starts aggravated. Then they say, no, it is immediate, urgent, you have to do. Then they take it as a duty. 2 days they don't go to the office. They put off duty, ko wo duty chodkar. Then they call Maestri and all. They get the work done. Everything in our life outer, as unless we take it as duty, we don't fully involve and do. Same way spirituality also, at the first level understanding, second level wanting to experience, third level for that all sadhanas to be done are done with the spirit of duty. That's what yesterday vyavasayatmika or nischayatmika buddhi we have seen in our Adhyatma Ramayana also. In Bhagavatam also, beautifully, those two topics of Lord Krishna giving Upadeshan to Gopikas and Yudhishthirji doing his pranams and all other rajas to Krishna, we have seen. So we are slowly have not yet come to that Nischayatmika Buddhi, duty orientation in our sadhana. That's why compromises. That's why lazinesses. That's why half-heartednesses. That's why the irregularities. That which we take as a duty, like eating food and sleeping, कितना पक्का करते हैं उसको. The Dhruva and such great sadhakas, Nachiketa, they took sadhana as duty. Therefore, for them, eating food and sleeping also was not so important a duty. Therefore, they kept aside and they sat for hours together on the sadhana, months together. So, everyone now will have to discover from within all these things. That's for that our own study of Shastra, our own independent contemplation, our own invoking the grace of Bhagwan and Guru. When they bless us also, then these deeper thoughts come. They first come as a seeds, sprouts. Then in course of time, when we allow them to grow, then they grow to be a proper plants. There we become conscious, we become thinking oriented. We start struggling to maintain our schedule in line with our Adhyatmic sadhana. We start mastering it. In that, the deeper sadhana of the Vedantic Vicharana we start doing. All in their own time. In few lives of evolution, it will happen to a sincere, genuine sadhak. फिर से वही बात 2000 साल बार बता चुके हैं. How much ever we struggle to do sadhana with all our understanding and commitment, yet our runas, yet our prarabdhas, yet our necessary contribution to the world, for what we are taking from the world, we have to go through. That's what we see in the world. People are highly wise, highly intelligent, so much of Shastra Gnan they have. We just expect, why don't they go for meditation and realize when they know they have this prarabdha? Understood? Great, great leaders we see, they're talking philosophy, Vedanta. So many of other field people also, science, may, technology, may, sports, may, even film industry, may, the great, great jnanis are there regarding Atma Jnanam. Everyone have their own gurus. If we born as human being, along with good and bad, most of us bring the spirituality also background, except some terrible Nastikas. They are also Nastika only for one life. They will become greatest devotee in the next life. So when they come, they have all knowledge, and yet they don't do sadhana. Means they are going through prarabdha. You and I also same. So negotiating all that importance to the studied sadhana given more and more, then slowly entering into इतने में ये पूरा दुनिया का attraction वगैरह भी हमेशा के लिए छोड़ देना. That is possible through parayana paravairagya or through this dukkhameva sarva vivekina. ये सब साथ में जाते हैं. It's not one thing. We are studying Shastra, therefore nothing will disturb us. We are sitting for meditation, that nothing will disturb us. Therefore, we have no need to negotiate anything. ऐसा नहीं होता. It's not. I am going on the road with my vehicle. Nothing disturbs me. अरे 24 hours as long as you are driving, the gravitational pull is disturbing you only to pull you down. Then the roads, the turnings, the winds, the weathers, the other traffic, उधर से आने वाला, पीछे से ओवरटेक करने वाला, इन सबको नेगोशिएट करना है. साधना में भी वही होता है. So after seeing that Manushi Samagnya, then we have seen Devi Samagnya also. Truptiriti Vrushtau Balamiti Vidyuti Yashayiti Pashusho Jyotiriti Nakshatresho Prajatiramrutamananda Ityupasthe Sarvamityakashe. देखो these are Vedic time का Vedic mantra है, Vedic language है. So we have to feel the meaning of it in our present life and understand sadhana to be done. So in the Manushi Samagnaha, all that are related to the Manushya, in that see the Brahman. The crux thought given, that is what? Anything in which the Atma, you take it as Brahman. Like Vani, the Atma of the Vani is to talk Kshema. So talk Kshema and say it is Brahman, like that. So to the Atma of the rain is to give Trupti. Therefore, say that Trupti to be Brahman. Be contented and say this contentment is Brahman. Truptiriti Vrushtau, in this way. So to the last two are very important. Sarvamiti Akashe. Akashe Sarvam Brahma Eva iti Upasyam. In the Akasha, whatever is there, The other four beings, Panchama Chaturbhutas, from them, whatever the world of things beings are made, all of them is Parabrahma only, that Upasana I have to do. The final next step is what? Akasha also, Tad Akasha api Brahma eva. So in this way, the Daivi Samagnya concluded those six sadhanas. Sarvamiti Akashe, then Akasha api Brahma eva. Is it not? Hmm. 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 So tatcha Akasham Brahma eva. Tatcha Akasham Brahma eva. Repeatedly listen, repeatedly study, start doing slowly from our heart. What we see as Akasha is slowly accepted as Brahman. फिर भी अनुभव में आने के बाद ये क्लियर होएगा. Anubhav will be only on the inner Vijnanamaya Kosha Dhyanam. But for that, whatever the distractions are happening because of the reality given to the projected multiplicity of world of names and forms, all that we are avoiding by doing the Brahma Upasana of Manushi and Daivi. The purpose of Manushi and Daivi Upasana as Brahman is all that which is under our control and Daira, all that which is not in our control or Daira. Every one of them are Brahman only. We have to be ascertaining ourselves in that. Other than Brahman, there is nothing. They're all theory. Then only the earlier acceptance of world to be real, followed by the projections on the world of varietiness, and then attributing goodness, badness, and creating likes and dislikes. All this entire samsara goes away. All this samsara is mind, thoughts in the mind, distracting, powerful thoughts in the mind, which never allow us to go beyond the mind to see the self. Clear the point? Then we have started seeing the beautiful six more upasanas of Brahman along with Falashruti. Every one of them are to be repeatedly heard, studied, and we have to grasp it and उतरो it in the life. अब देखो कितना स्टैमिना चाहिए, कितना मेमोरी पावर चाहिए फॉर बोथ ऑफ दैट, कितनी इच्छा चाहिए कि मुझे आई हैव टू एक्सपीरियंस द ब्रह्म. और एटीट्यूड इज कोई आकर ऐसे ब्रह्म दे देवे तो फिर चलो ले लेंगे. In this attitude, Brahma nahi milta. Any number of obstacles come, I will just pursue Brahman till I reach it. That type of heroism, that type of, hard work and readiness, all of them, such an important qualities, Baba. Unless these are all harbored by us, gained by us, our spiritual sadhana is lesser than snail or only at the level of coming to the class by you, talking on Upanishad by me. ऐसे है ना बाकी 100% संसार होने. Then one by one. Tat pratishthethyupasita pratishtavan bhavati. Exhaustively we have seen that the Parabrahman alone is pratishtha for everything. In that way, when we do, we also get the pratisthita. This is very sensitive, very subtle, very mind related discussion it is. That Brahman is pratishtha of everything. If you do the upasana, we become pratishthavan means we become stabilized in our intellect. Again, when will we become stabilized, pratisthita in our antakarana? Only when the vision is very clear. Pratishtha also means name and fame. Apratishta, negative name and fame. Supratishta or pratishtha is positive name and fame. Other meaning is Pratishtavan Bhavati means he is very unambiguous and clear regarding what you have to achieve, what he has to do for it. At every moment. अभी क्या है हमको? We are such a perfectly pratishtita in doing the wrong things, which are contradictory to our spiritual sadhana. पहले उसमें डाउट आना चाहिए कि जो हम कर रहे हैं गलत कर रहे हैं करके. Then doubtlessly we have to have the clear understanding of what is to be done to reach what. Then only in that pratishtha. Like right now, we have to continue studying Upanishads. Only then we are reminded of the truth, and truth has to be understood from so many angles and all. And that understanding should become conviction. So then, keeping that knowledge thoroughly remembered, we sit for dhyanam. So in this understanding, we are getting pratishtha now. Then the next one, other than knowing Brahman, no other thing can be, even an aim also, forget of the goal. So the Brahma Prapti alone is goal. If one is established in that, उस level का प्रतिष्ठा हो गया. And thereafter, whole day, maximum time given only for the pursuit of Brahma Tattva. The व्यवहार के लिए जितना minimum चाहिए उतना ही करना. That means he is now established in the doing of sadhana, that pratishtha. After these are done, then inside also the pratishtha, that Annamaya Kosha, I am, not, I have nothing to do with the world. Then after Pranamaya, I am, not Annamaya, Manomaya, I am, not Pranamaya. So one higher Kosha pratishtha, just like walking. How do we walk? Though because of it is a habit, one leg we put forward, and that forward put right leg, and leg left one which is already, which is in the piche, we get pratishtha in that. Then the left leg we lift and put in the front. Then again we discover pratishtha. Then we put the next one. In this way, each of the kosha I am pratishtita. Before, as a result of which, earlier kosha se hum transcend ho gaye. Clear? In this way, finally, Aham Brahmasmi in that pratishtha. That's our last goal. But before that, I am the seeker. My goal is Parabrahma. In all these things, he becomes pratishtita. His role in the world, he becomes pratishtita. He clearly knows how he'll have to respond to the world when the world is giving sukha and dukkha like pairs of opposite. So that he becomes pratishtita in the samatva. All of that is the meaning of one big word, pratishthavan bhavati. Tat pratishteti upasita upasita. Mm. Then one point is what? Tam yatha yatha upasate tadeva bhavati. Interesting point. As we do the upasana of Brahman, we become that because we are Brahman ultimately. So tat pratishthet upaseta pratishthavan bhavati. So the connection, how beautifully Bhagavan Adi Shankara gave to sort out any doubts that rise in us. Connection is after saying that Sarvamiti Akashe, in the Akasha everything is Brahman. Then he added from inside Tatcha Akasha Brahma Eva. Then now the entire world of names and forms, is it not established or supported by the Akasha? Yeah. Then what is Akasha? The Brahman only. Therefore, where everything is pratishtita in Brahma only. सब आकाश में है, आकाश ब्रह्म है, इसलिए सब प्रतिष्ठित आकाश में है, सब प्रतिष्ठित ब्रह्म में है. तो ब्रह्म सबका प्रतिष्ठा, प्रतिष्ठावान भवति. Then we have said second one, tan maha iti upasita. Maha means mahatva gunavatu. Mahatva gunavatu iti upasita. Mm. Mm. Yeah, what is mahat is, as said by Krishna in Gita, yadyad vibhutimat sattvam srimad urjitam evava. So greatness, wherever we see, that is Brahman only. We have to do that upasana. Pratishtha is substratum. So support. Then whatever it is supported on Brahman, no other things, beings are there. In them, the Mahatvata is there. So wherever we say the Mahatvata, see it as Brahman. Maha iti upasit. And then for a little sensitive person in this world, everything at every moment is Maha only. That awareness we have to develop, to see Maha everywhere. Ashcharyatva everywhere. Either because of our laziness or arrogance or taking for the granted the things, we are not able to find Maha in the world. Otherwise, every moment there is Maha. I'm still in that shock, even though it has become 4 days. How come from Earth onto the moon, that thing is sent, the lander Vijnana containing Vikram, the containing Pragnan inside, to moon and landed safely? I'm not able to understand. It has happened. But Maha it is. Every movement, every step, Maha. And the way it's just simply went and landed in those, for in its own 6 legs, it is so vichitra, no? Somewhere in different planet or satellite. From here, taking 40 days, traveling continuously. अरे एनीवेयर कुछ एक्सीडेंट हो सकता है ना वहाँ. इसलिए मैं कह रहा हूँ, दो थ्रू द ह्यूमन बींग्स इट हैपेंड, बट इट इज ओनली डिवाइन चंदमामा भगवान ग्रेस दैट ही अलाउड टू लैंड. मैं तो ये मनुष्य का अचीवमेंट नहीं समझता हूँ, मैं मनुष्यों के द्वारा भगवान का. Because everywhere it is आश्चर्य. How come the human mind has such a knowledge, such a coordination, such an experimentation? हर वक्त हर जगह वो जो मनुष्य की उपलब्धि लग रही है वो, बट ये सब उपलब्धियों का स्रोत जो मन बुद्धि मनुष्य का है, वो किसने दिया वो? है ना? Who made the moon there first of all? Who made the earth? Who made that particular gravitational pull there and there? Who made to study all that? Maha. Everywhere there is Maha. The small child born, देखते देखते in 3, 4, 5 months he grows. देखते देखते starts walking. Tell me where is Maha not there? He starts talking, he starts learning, and he starts doing. देखो ये सब महा ही है. From every plant, the leaves coming, flowers, fruits coming, सब कुछ महा है. And in the space, the earth rotating with such a speed, revolving also, and we don't feel it. Is it not Maha? The सबसे बढ़िया Maha है. Such a variety of bhojana we eat. How come it is getting digested? How come it's becoming variety of the cells or the parts of the body or the energy, and facilitating for us to function through all our faculties? The system देखो, है ना? दाल चावल मुख को नाक में लगा के या कान में लगा के, we don't become able to smell with the nose and listen with ears. But without the food, there is no energy to listen or smell. But how come the grass food is becoming energy inside, and becoming that energy becoming different energies at these different levels? And the Vak Shakti at the mouth level, Shrotru Shakti at the ear level, Darshana Shakti at the eye level. No, Maha ki hai ki nahi idhar batao? What is not Maha in this world? If you really observe, everything wonderment. The type of animals, their movements, etc. Human beings, their natures, their abilities, their functionings, their arts, their talents. हर एक चीज महा 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 only. अरे वाह! The mind gets blown up only in knowing it. See that mosquito, पता नहीं कैसे वो जन्म लिया, वैसे जाकर ना, it catches the leg of the person where it finds its own place blood, and without, see that it's something like सुई जो है वो पूरा वो pierce करता है वो, and it sucks the blood and we are not aware. तो महा नहीं है क्या उसमें? बाप रे बाप. We sow the seeds on the earth, and पता नहीं उसका भेदन करके पृथ्वी का, the small little tender that seed sprout or whatever comes. बाप रे, मेरे को तो समझ में नहीं आता ये कैसा हो रहा है सब. एंड सबसे बड़ा महा क्या है? द ह्यूमन रेस. At any period of time, right now also you see, each country, each individual, each group of individuals, how come differently, wonderfully they are doing living. हर एक देश में जाओ अलग ही है महा महा. You see the other day the Greece Athens, when PM or the South Africa not, how they welcomed him and all. Every जगह आनंद. एक्चुअली महा तो देखोगे ना, हर चीज महा है, सब कुछ आश्चर्य से देखना, सब वही ब्रह्म है मानना. Thus, the Brahma Vritti should grow in us, then Ascharata should grow in us so much that we don't take anything for granted. In the Ascharyattva, we are at the highest level of alertness. In the opposite of it, when you take the things just for granted, we are at the very laziness, laziest level. You know, if you don't like the women at home, how come for last 50 years, सुबह 5 बजे उठकर she makes the things ready at home, टी कॉफी बनाए, ब्रेकफास्ट बनाए. आश्चर्य है, how come she has that stamina, ability, willingness to feed the same buffaloes every day at home. If the family members look at it as an आश्चर्य, they are no more lazy. They also will get up and contribute. आश्चर्य. All these sweeper scavengers, before we go on to the road, morning 4 to 6 in the Brahma Muhurta, they go and clean, keep everything clean. Ashcharya. Everywhere there is Ashcharya in this world. Bapre. So in this way, Tan Maha iti upasita. So everywhere there is Maha is Brahman. Therefore, Brahman is Mahan than everything. In these two ways, when we train our inner mind and all, we can say Mahan Bhavati. We ourselves become Mahan. What is the Mahan Bhavati? He, mhm, he also becomes Mahan the Great. What it means by that? Himself he knows he is substantially doing something, growing something, and others also recognize him as the Mahan. Mahan Bhavati. Two things are seen. Ha pratishteti upasita pratishthan bhavati tan maha iti upasita mahan bhavati. Third one is got tan manaha iti upasita. This is the highest sadhana if we can do, which is so tough. Tan manaha iti upasita. Whole world is the play of mind only, is it not? Individual and total. It's all very complicated combination. Don't go into the details of it right now, you may get confused. So it's the total mana working through the samashti mana, vesti mana, and every vesti mana deciding the gati of the total mana. Whole world is nothing but the mind, no? That's why the mind, when it is folded, enfolded in the nidra, where is the world? Not there. Whole world is expression of mind. So that mind, then manaha, whatever it is there, it is Brahman only. Because nothing can exist without Brahman. No, especially if you see, no, when you do the Manushi, Devi, Samagnyas, and also this Pratishtha Upasita, what we are doing it, what? The variety of the world, getting lost in which you are not able to accept that one can appear as these many, that thing we are conquering. One infinite Brahman, how can he express as all that? That big question doubt is there. No, that is being sorted out through these upasanas. Like one electricity, how come it is able to illuminate or make function thousands of electrical equipments? वो भी महा आश्चर्य है. कैसे बिजली ग्राइंडर में काम कर रहा है, कैसे बिजली पंखे में काम कर रहा है, एक एक चीज में बढ़िया है कि नहीं वो. तब मैं तज्जुब की बात है, वो आश्चर्य चकित बात. In the same way, the whole world is mana, the whole mana is Brahma. Tan mana idi upasita. Which is about सारे अभी तक जो 5 plus 6 plus 2, 13 or 14 we have seen. Among all of them, this one appears to be little more important for us as a upasana to be done in the present context because we are lost in the mind only. Whole sankalpa vikalpa are happening in the mana, and whatever sankalpa vikalpa are happening, we are taking it as a reality. Thus, we are getting lost in the non Brahman or other than Brahman. If we can do this practice of every mana is Brahma only, then we stop devaluing mana of ours or others. मन माया है भैया, मन माया है, इससे पार होने के लिए मन को ब्रह्म के रूप में उपासना करना है. When the mana is done upasana as Brahma, it helps us in hearing Brahman. When that is not done, then the same mana expression of Maya will make us, bound so perfectly in so many things. Tan mana ityupasita. Hmm. Mana hai. So anybody does anything, understand it is done because of the software called as mana. And immediately say, in that way, the Brahman alone is expressing. Our drushti is on Brahman, neither on the mana, nor the vrittis of the mana, nor the expression of those vrittis through sense organs or as any karma. हमारा दृष्टि उस पे नहीं होगा. देखो साधक को ब्रह्म को पकड़ना है ना. He has to catch Brahman, not anything else. Therefore, why should he worried about who has what mind, in mind what thoughts he has got, with those thoughts as support, what actions he is doing through karmendriya, ये सब संसारी के लिए important है, not the pursuer of Brahman. This very crucial, salient, important crux point, if that is not caught, then why all these things Upanishad is telling, we will not able to understand. Our goal is Brahma Baba. For that person only, these all can be done. Otherwise, how come when he has got such negative thoughts in his mind and is expressing them through his mouth and looks at me, I should also retaliate and I have to also shout at him. If somebody talks like this, then utter 2000% samsari hai wo. Not at all sadhak. Sadhak is not worried of what that person is behaving through senses, backed by his own mind and its thoughts. Because I am not here to live as a jiva to compete with him or fight with him or defeat him or win over him. वो तो हो गया, that's a samsarika. मुझे the substratum, the Brahman I have to catch. For me, the root cause of all samsara is mana और उसी को ब्रह्म बना दो. तन मन ही उपासित, उपासना करो, मन ब्रह्म ही है. The result is spectacular. Huh? Manavan bhavati. What is manavana? Manana shilavan bhavati. Huh? Manana samartho bhavati. That's important thing required for us. That manana chintana, na, without which the clear understanding thing of the things won't happen. Without the clear understanding, the misunderstanding cannot be avoided. And we are 99% living misunderstanding only. Sometimes misunderstanding. No misunderstanding, only visu. Manavan bhavati, mananashila bhavati, manana samartho bhavati is important. And in that manana samarthyam, both the things, the play of Maya and the self who is supporting me earned, दोनों हमको समझ में आने लगते हैं. Because you are samartha in doing manana. Manana means reflection, manana is contemplation. Once we come to that level of manana, aggressively, dynamically, that's possible only when we are in Shuddha Sattva. Difference between manana, that is chintana, and chinta, the worry is, in the chintanam, we are going to the root level. We are analyzing the truths of it, facts of it. In the chinta and worry, we are only worried about the result. Why it has happened to me, why it has not happened to that person. ये चिंता होता है. We are not doing चिंता here, चिंतनम. मनन चिंतनम. Manavan bhavati. Should we not be having this quality in us? Highly contemplative. And without being contemplative, one cannot be Vedanti. अविचार कृतो बंध विचारेण निवर्तित. हमारे को विचार ही हमारा काम है. विचारणा करना. विचार और विचारण. In some language, vichara means worry. Therefore, I am saying vicharana. Manavan bhavati. So maybe few years we'll do the upasana that our mana, others mana, samashti mana is the expression of Brahman only. Thus give predominant importance to Brahma Tattva. Then we may, by the grace, become Manavan. Manana Samartha Bhavati. He can, through the inquiry, reach into the root causes, not getting lost only in the superficial things. That, see, our saints and sages of the ancient, they were this way, doing the upasana Brahma at the mana level. Therefore, they became Manana Samartha, with which they could recognize every science of the world without any the modern sophistications. Because मनन शैलवान मनन समर्थ हो गए वो लोग, इतना डीप उनका मनन हो गया that they could measure the size of the earth, the radius of the earth, size of the moon, size of the sun, their radiuses, the distance between them, their own sizes. अरे ये सब कैसे आया उनको? That intuitive power is called as मनन समर्थः भवति. यहीं रहकर बस देखो outside वाले चीजें. Same way, inner also they could go beyond three koshas, three dehas. देखो, we have got the data given to us by our gurus. Therefore, we are studying. Through that study, we are struggling to understand. इसमें एक दिन का भी अभी समझ नहीं आया. Now imagine these textbooks are not there. For that stage, this knowledge is not there. How much they were manana samartha that they could understand Jagrat, Swapna, Sushupti avasthaएं, and there is Turiya avastha supporting them. Panchakosha and beyond that is an Atma. कितने मनन सामर्थ्य होने से सब होता है बताओ. So our rishis of that time are that way मनोपासना कर करके समर्थ बन गए. And they got so many siddhis because of that only. Variety of things. Then तन मन इति उपासीत मानवान भवति. कितने हो गए? प्रतिष्ठेत्युपासीता प्रतिष्ठावान भवति. मह इत्युपासीता महान भवति. तन्मन इत्युपासीता मानवान भवति. Now the fourth one is interesting. तन्नम इति उपासीत. तन्नमः इति उपासीत means नमः means what it is said. तन्नम इत्युपासीत नमनं नमः. नमन गुणवत् उपासीत. So namana gunavat upasita means what? The Brahman alone is always in that namanatva, namana guna. The namana guna means being humble, being submissive, being in the surrendered form. No, is it not in every name and form projected out of its own maya that the Paramatma is there inside submissively supporting it as if he is doing namanam? Namanam. Yesterday I was wondering, who is doing namaskar to whom? The PM doing to scientists or scientists doing to PM? I was doing to both. Yeah, their achievement is so happy that India is a भक्त देश भक्त है तो पूरी दुनिया में देश का नाम रोशन हो गया. He is doing namaskar. They say such a great prime minister suddenly came to meet us and talk to us. They were doing namaskar to him. Interesting. So the nama iti upasita. Nama means humility. Nama is humbleness. Nama is there's nothing great in this world. Everything is one simple common Paramatma. From the substratum standpoint. From its variety of expression standpoint, again everything is great. And the expression level, it is great. That way we appreciated that level. But at the support substrate level, it is one simple truth only, all places permeating. That's it. That is, it is very simple. Tan nama iti upasit. Again, same example. There was self-respect, there was joy, there was a fulfillment of accomplishing this mission. But there was no arrogance even in one person. In the whole scientist family, everybody I was watching. Even the PM, he says the India's discovery is for the whole universe, for all the world, all countries, not for us only. Bhagavan is there in everything. But has he any time came and claimed that I am great like this or like that with arrogance? No. He is in the Namana Rupa only. Humble. He is humbly there in the blade of grass supporting. He is humbly there in supporting a gigantic people tree. Is he there humbly in a small wave? He is there in the big ocean also equally humble. Is it not? Is equally there in that big clouds, thunderous rain with lightning and all. In a pool of water also is same. Namanam. He is there in Brahmadeva, the creator, humbly in the form. A ordinary small little thing, one cell, any of the living thing being also, he is there humbly in the same form. Try to feel. These are all very sublime things, है ना? ऐसे वाले टॉपिक शुद्ध अंतःकरण में भी समझ में आते हैं, otherwise tough to catch. Anyway, so tan nama iti upasita. Nama is means namana gunavanu. Namana guna means the humbleness. Everywhere where there is humbleness is Brahman, and Brahman is so humble that he is everywhere there yet non-claiming. Great, no? Like all our Rishi Muni. So much discovery they have done and given us all Shastras, but still humble. Do you see any arrogance in Bhagavan Adi Shankara and his writings? But are they not worthy? But how can he be? The Lord expressed through me, all these Shastras came. Do you see arrogance in Vyasa Bhagavan? Do you see arrogance in any of the avatars? Arrogance is specific ego separating from totality. That is the cause of whole problem. I like this point in all these sadhanas. Nama upasita. Namana gunavat Brahman. Let us be in the Namana Guna. In that Namana Guna, not only the humbleness, surrender comes, but most importantly, obedience comes. Let us be obeying to all the rules, regulations which you have to follow in the worldly vyahara, in spiritual sadhana. Like the servants at home. The meaning of the servant doing namaskar with namanam bending to the boss is to say that whatever you tell, I will do. I will not relinquish my responsibilities, I will fulfill them. नम है ना, झुक के रहना जिंदगी में ना सबसे मुश्किल है. झुक के रहना इज टू द रूल्स रेगुलेशंस, नॉट बिकॉज एनी यूजलेस फेलो. दैट इज अगेन अनदर मिस्टेक. थोड़ा जब वेदांत पढ़ते हैं ना, उसका स्पेशलिटी समझना है, व्यवहार में उसको कैसे समझना है, वो मेच्योरिटी भी आना है. Here, Namana Juko is not Juko to the French, Dutch, Britishers, and Mughals who destroyed our country. Not that way. To the rules, to the regulations, to the responsibilities taken up, for the opportunities given, humbly. The example is this one, like our scientists. Already prepared within a week's time now, on September 2. I think next Saturday only. They are launching the Aditya L1. Namana. Permission is given by Prime Minister. Things are ready. No ego. Just do the work. It is our responsibility. You know that inspirational guidance given. You have to be the supporters to all the next generations of youth. And they took it so seriously. I was really enjoying that one yesterday. फ्रेश है, अपने एग्जाम्पल के लिए काम को आते हैं. दैट इज व्हाई वी आर टॉकिंग ऑल. तं नमैदुपासीत. Then what is the falashruti? Namyante asmai kamaha. Is it not? Uh-huh. Namanam namo namana guna dupasita namyante prahvibhavanti asmai upasitre kamaha. Kamyante iti bhogyaha vishaha ityartaha. So all the kamya vishayas, bhoga vishayas, they become prahvibhavanti. They become surrendered to this the upasaka who is doing upasana Brahman as the namana gunavanu. ब्रह्म को नमन गुण के रूप में the one who does upasana, for him all the kamanas they do the namaskar. All the Vishaya Vastus, etc. Kamyante iti bhogyaha means Vishayaha ityartaha. All the Bhogya Vastus, all the Vishaya Vastus, all the Kamya Vastus, Prafi Bhavanti, means they submit. What is the submission of them? They are requesting him कि हमारा उपयोग करो, हमारा उपभोग करो, हमको यूज करो. Like the Mainaka Parvata coming for Hanuman ji. मेरे ऊपर विश्राम करो, मेरे यहाँ के फलों को खाओ. कामाह नम्यन्ते. Doesn't mean you become indulgent. It means what? Right now we are slaves of kamana in both ways. We are not able to be without kamana, and we are not able to fulfill even one kamana completely. कौन से डिजायर खत्म हो गए बताओ? खाने की, सोने की, पीने की. None of them gone. They're all hiding. Is it not? He becomes what? Master of the kamana. In which what? Every kamana humbly submits to him. And he has the discretion to have which kamana at what time for what purpose. In other words, we can say he has got the sankalpa and kamana shakti 100% with him, that whatever he does sankalpa, it starts manifesting or happening, materializing. He can do anything. If he says this person should become rich, ho gaya. Like Bhagwan Krishna, just touching with 2 fingers and pulling her above that kubja, जो बचपन से ऐसी थी, he just did like that, she becomes straight. That is the meaning of namyante asmai kamaha. Is it not? He just said कि Arjuna's chariot should not be burnt into ashes or become pieces because of Bhishma, Drona, Karna, Kripa, their arrows. Otherwise, एक बाण काफी है भीष्म का, द्रोण का. He did kamana, therefore the rath was intact for 18 days. After that, it gets burnt. You understand that? Kamana. We just told, thought mind, Sudhama ke ghar mein, he should be like more richer than the Indra Bhavanam or the Devataon ka, और घर से भी ज़्यादा. By the time this man went to Sudhama, पूछेला, नम्यन्ते स्मै कामाः. And remember, Atma Anubhuti is different. All these siddhis are different. Someone with 100% Atma Anubhuti can be zero in siddhis. He can have if he wants. So to somebody 100% siddha but may not have Atma Anubhuti. Please remember, they are two different things. And these siddhis are only through these upasanas, yoga, they are gained. So each Mahatma, even though in realization level they are same, as regard their siddhi concern, they are different. That's why some Mahatma, they know the Brahman, but they are not at all known even to the world. Some are 5 people, 10 people, 20 people they are guiding. Some are guiding hundreds and thousands. Some are inspiring the entire generation. नम्यन्ते इसमें कामा मतलब ये होता है. If he does the sankalpa, yeah, his this disease should go away, it is fulfilled. This fellow should get the jnanam, that is done. देखो भगवान कृष्ण yesterday to the gopikas in 4 lines did the namana in the mind ki let these gopikas have this tattva jnana given to me by me, so that they go from this place with that purnata, they will not have the misery of missing me. संकल्प किया भगवान ने, it just happened, they got they all have got adhyagaman, experience the self. Namyante smai kamaha. Puja Gurudev's life, we can see so many cases. With his Sankalpa Shakti, he has made so many things to happen. Great, many people. But not everything. Everything is only by Ishvara. Each one does only to as much as he is permitted. So namyante smai kamaha tanmana nama ityupasita. The last one is there. Brahmetyupasita, then brahmana parimana ityupasita. If these two are done, then there's the upasanas, samagnyas are over. Then we'll have some question answer session. थोड़ा सा इसका टाइम लगेगा, कल हम देखेंगे. थैंक यू. ओम 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 ओम. Upasana means in our mind entertaining the thought that in this form what is there is Brahman alone. That is Upasana. We have done the wrong Upasana of the world in Brahman. Now we are doing the correct opposite Upasana of Brahman in the world. Some specific things are given so that obediently we follow them because they are given to us by the authority of Shruti Mata. Once we get a hold of it, that every time wherever we are in our Bahir Jagat Vyavahara, we are always in Upasana only of Brahman. Then when that is over, we close all our faculties, we are again in the Brahman only. So the transcendental Brahman on the seat of meditation, the all-pervading Brahman when we are in the Vyavahara. So we are always Yasya Brahmani Ramate Chittam. Nandati, Nandati, Nandati. He is enjoying. It's very typical, peculiar, beautiful experience. Only when we get it, we will know it. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Paramarshibhyo Parabrahmane Shruti Matre Om Tat Sat Brahmarpanamastu. Thank you.